This is from 1970 also.
Okay. Mhm.
I think November 1970. The American Psychiatric Association was having an annual convention at the Biltmore Hotel in Los Angeles, this really fancy old 1920s hotel. And on the program was a psychiatrist, Dr. Philip Feldman, who was going to show a film on how to cure homosexuals with electric shock aversion therapy. So several of us from the Gay Liberation Front, there were only about 30 of us, I think. The majority were gay men, but there were an awful lot of lesbians too. We infiltrated the ballroom where this film was to take place.
I've been there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it, we didn't sit as a group. We just interspersed ourselves with people there. So Dr. Feldman started to show his film, and his film was showing a young man who was hooked up to all this electric equipment. The young man was shown a photograph of another young man. He was shocked. Mm-hmm. He was shown a photograph of a young woman, no shock, back and forth, back and forth.
Really?
Right. And had it been a lesbian, it would have been a reverse.
Right.
Gotten the shock when shown a photo of a young woman and not shocked when shown a man. Really, right. Electric shock aversion therapy, right? It's, all of a sudden, you're going to be straight. So one of our numbers stood up and said, "Are we going to stand for this shit?" And we all stood up and said, "Hell no."
Right.
So we went up to the stage. And
was he a psychiatrist, Feldman?
Dr. Philip Feldman.
Was he a psychiatrist?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And his specialty was curing homosexuality.
Right.
So we took over the stage, and it was a lot of tension. The people in the audience were yelling at us to stop. We came here to see this, blah, 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 blah. So every time they did, we would all just stamp our feet on the stage and make so much
noise.
They'd have
Thank
to.
You. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So when we stopped, they'd start yelling at us. So we'd start stomping again. So a little aversion therapy there. They learned to be quiet. So various ones of us would speak. And there's a photograph of me standing at the podium. There's a photograph of my sister and me.
Right.
I have photographs of all of it. And so basically what we all said, some really—
that should be an answer unto itself.
There's a film that was made. It's called Some of Your Best Friends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's where I captured the photographs.
Yeah, good.
So basically what we told them was, everybody has been listening to you all this time, and now you're going to shut up and listen to us for a change. So we had them sit with us in small groups, 6 psychiatrists and psychologists, with 1 or 2 gay or lesbian. It was the first time there had been a dialogue between the two. I even had one psychiatrist say to me, "I've never seen a happy homosexual before." Really? Wonderful.
Sorry.
So the next year, their convention was somewhere else, in a different city. Barbara Giddings and Frank Kameny, 2 early activists, were there. I forgot exactly what they did, but it carried on what we had done. And the dialogue now between the gays and lesbians and the APA had started. A lot of the APA people started to come out. So by 1972, the APA actually had Barbara Giddings and Frank Kameny do a panel as part of their programs. And they had Dr. Anonymous there. He was a gay psychiatrist who wore a mask and talked about he could not come out in his.
Wow, how powerful.
Yeah, so this all added to the dialogue. So in 1973, the American Psychiatric Association removed homosexuality from its list of mental disorders.
I remember that.
Yeah, do you? Yeah. So it all started with our Biltmore invasion.
That's great.
wonderful. I'm so proud.
Yeah, you should be.